All right, let's go ahead and look at the class schedule. And I want to just walk you through a couple of things. This is going to be a real quick overview. So if you scroll down on the syllabus, you'll want to save the URL address so you can always have access to it. But you can also save the Google Doc directly as well. So it's always here, and if I update or change anything, it will automatically change, and I will send an announcement letting you know that I've done that. But right here, if you click this, it will take you to the Google Doc. So now you can download it, you can print it, whatever you'd like. You can make it bigger so that you can see it more easily, whatever you need to do. But again, be aware of and look at any announcements in case I change things. And usually I will give extensions. I won't make anything due sooner. So that's something to keep in mind. And it's another good reason to always stay up to date with announcements. Announcements are so important because it's a way that I connect with you and keep you up to date and follow up with things that I'm noticing and provide additional instruction or information or highlight things. So please make sure that you check and read your announcements every week in a very timely way so that you don't miss anything important. As a reminder, you've got a few different ways that you will access reading. One will be through your actual textbook, and when it comes out of the textbook, it'll say Monsters on the schedule, and then it will list the author's last name and the title of the work. I do that for two reasons. One, to make it easy. There's also the page number if you have the hard copy. You can look up in the table of contents the author's last name and and the title of the work, or in the index, but you can also go directly to the page range. But also, for those of you who are using an electronic version of the textbook, the page numbers will be different. So you'll want to look at the introductory information for the author, the work, and then the questions and ancillary information about the study questions and different things following the work. So all of that will be under the Monsters. If it says novel or Morrison, that's only when we're discussing The Bluest Eye, Toni Morrison's novel. Instead of having you purchase an additional writing handbook, we're going to be using the Purdue Online Writing Lab, which is OWL, and all of that information is on the Purdue Online Writing Lab website. And so you'll read those particular sections that I provided links for you. If it's listed as online, then I will have provided you the hyperlink to the work directly on the class schedule. But if it says Canvas, that means that I have put, it's a PDF or some other document that I have put on Canvas for you. And when in the Canvas video, I'll show you where that is as well. So please note that you will not find readings listed under online or Canvas in your textbook. Those aren't in your textbook. And the items that are listed under Monster won't be found in these areas. We are moving from Monday to Monday for our classes, so the majority of your work will be due, particularly any formal assignments are usually, presentations are due on Sundays, but formal essays or writing assignments are due on Mondays. You will have, usually Friday will be your day to submit your first response for your discussion posts, and then replies to colleagues are usually due on Sundays. So you can kind of keep that in mind, that typically you're going to have something due on Monday, Friday, and Sunday. What you'll also have due often on Fridays will be the either the reading reflections or the skills showcases. Those will also be due on Fridays. Time management it can be tricky. It's tricky for me too. It's hard sometimes when an online class can be out of sight and out of mind. Please don't forget this is an honors class. Therefore, there's a lot of engagement that needs to be had. Not busy work, but engagement and meaningful activities. And so what I strongly encourage you to do is check in with the class a couple of times at least a week. I will be sending you out announcements on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and on Fridays. And that's my way of trying to reach out to you and draw you in. And that's a good time to set some time for yourself to spend time in the class. Okay. Some of the readings that we'll do in this class may just have disturbing language, images, scenes, and events. So please take time to look over the course material and make sure that the mature and sometimes very real and heavy themes will not prevent you from being successful in this class. If you reach out to me, I'm able to support and make accommodations as necessary. So I'm just going to really walk you through how to read this. I've set this up in a few different columns. So this is the week that we're working with from Monday to Monday. Over here, there's nothing for you to do. This is simply me letting you know sort of what an overview so you can get an idea of what the class theme is. And I'll have a title for the theme of the class here, and that is reflected on Canvas. It's the same title for each week on Canvas as well. And then this kind of lets you know what you can anticipate that we'll be doing this week, or what sort of ideas we'll be contemplating, activities we'll be doing. Here, this is either the reading or the video viewing, or this column is what you will need to do throughout the week in order to have worked through the course curriculum prior to doing any assignments. So please, 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 this is important. Do all of this before you do any of this. I'm going to really emphasize this for you because if you try to do this without doing any of this, you will find this will take you longer to do. It will be harder to do. You'll be really confused as to how to do it because this gives you the foundation, the building blocks. It fortifies you with the theories, with the concepts, with even examples and models that will provide you the information and experience you need to show off here in the assignments. So here are the due dates, and here are the different assignments that you'll have for this week. So for next week, what are we going to be doing? We're discussing why monsters. That's our theme. So these are some of the activities that you can anticipate having. And when I say assign, it doesn't mean it's due. You're going to notice that I'm assigning presentations or assigning essays. I assign them before they're due so that you can start contemplating them. And then what will happen is the course material over here and the readings will relate to and support some of this, particularly essays, presentations, other assignments. So, monsters. All of these readings here are going to be from your Monsters textbook, whether you are reading it electronically or in hard copy. And here are the page range for the introduction, critical reading, thinking, and writing. Why do we create monsters? And then here, King, Genoways, and Vizinor, they are also in your Monsters textbook. And it's their last names. Those are the page numbers I'm asking you to read. And if you are using the electronic version and the numbers are a little bit off, just be sure to read everything that I've mentioned. And then these are the assignments that will be due next week. So that's pretty much it. Oops, sorry. And then you can click on here and get directly to this reading. This reading is going to be on Canvas, and I will show you in the Canvas video where you find that. And then, as I mentioned, all of this is in your textbook. So then the same thing happens here. I've given you a few other information to think about for the week. The themes for the week, the readings for the week, where you can find them in your textbook. This one, you've also got a professor presentation that you'll want to view and take notes on. Again, it's something else that is a building block and a foundational part of our curriculum that will assist you with completing these things, particularly your skills showcase. And then we move forward. I do want to bring something to your attention as well. Week 4, please keep this in mind and anticipate it. You are going to be working with one of your colleagues, either in a duo or in a trio, but you're going to need to connect in some way. It doesn't mean you have to you meet personally face to face unless you're both local and you want to do that. You can use a shared Google Doc. You can do a Zoom meeting. There's Pronto. There's going to be tools on Canvas, but I need to highlight this for you because you will not want to wait till the end of the week to do your work this week. So week 4, please make a notation in your calendar, make an alert, whatever you use to help you stay on target with things. I really want you to please log on early that week so that you can connect with your dynamic duo or your terrific trio earlier and figure out when you will want to meet so that you are connected and nobody's left hanging. Okay, if you have any questions about this, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer them, and I hope you're as excited as I am for what I have planned this semester. Take care.